And cue the theme music. I rise like the sun sometimes, but then I fall. All right. So this is a proud moment in this channel's history. First off, before I say anything about this Anthony Davis trade, let me shout out to my boy Money Matt. Shout out to Timothy Johnson. Shout out to M1000. Shout out to the Casual 183K. Um, appreciate all of y'all asking for a video, man, because I wasn't gonna make a video because I got the news a little bit after it had already hit. It was already on TV. I searched it up on YouTube. It was already a million videos on it uploaded already 5 minutes after after it happened. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna have to sit this one out. Plus, the NBA fanboy in me just kind of wanted to soak up the information. I want to watch to see all the details as they came out. To be honest, it's still a little bit surreal, man. And I know we not all Lakers fans. I'm not even really a Lakers fan like that. I root for LeBron more so than the Lakers, but um it's crazy, man. I absolutely did not expect to see the trade go through. I knew it had to at some point because honestly, I knew the Celtics were not going to trade. We're not going to make the trade that they claimed they were going to make. They said they were going to trade Jason Tatum, and I always knew they were never going to trade Jason Tatum. Maybe if they had Kyrie on a extension or something like that for next year, maybe they would go ahead and go, try to win now mode, trade Tatum, trade, maybe some other pieces or whatever. But as soon as I saw that Kyrie, might leave, Kyrie wasn't getting along, I knew they wouldn't trade Jason Tatum. Why would you? You wouldn't trade him. So the Knicks didn't really have a package. I mean, come on now. You can trade the third pick, RJ Barrett. I'm not even so sure how good of a pro he's going to end up being. And then you could trade somebody like Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox, I feel like Kevin Knox is going to be okay, but still, Kevin Knox and a number 3 pick. What else you got? You know what I mean? I didn't think the Knicks could really put together a package that was worthy. So, and the Lakers, even the package they offered in the season, to be honest, the package that they offered during the actual season was worse. What's up, Rocket 88? Let's go, GS bandwagoners. They'll come running back to the Lake Show. Man, it's crazy the way it's all coming together, man. Golden State. But one thing I gotta say this, I do respect Golden State. I've spent the last couple years hating Golden State just because Kevin Durant went there. To be honest, I didn't hate them before. I was rooting for the Cavs to beat them, but I didn't hate them before. When KD got there, I started hating them because I hated the idea of having a team that was that unbeatable. But you have to respect the way they went on. I mean, the Raptors really had their number this year, and they couldn't get healthy for nothing. So they fought till the end, and I respect that. So that's what I'm going to remember about Golden State. But I'm glad that Golden State era is over. Kevin Durant will likely sign somewhere else, and Klay Thompson will likely sign back with Golden State, but he'll be gone for a while. I think Boogie might resign. I think Golden State will still be good enough, I guess, but we'll see. But anyway, the package that the Lakers offered them during the season was actually the better package. I mean, it was the more ridiculous package. It was all of their young guys plus picks for years just to get it so that season wasn't a wasted season. The Pelicans foolishly didn't do it. And now we're in the off season. Anthony Davis trade value is continuing to slide, not because he's not an amazing player, just because who's going to sign him? Who's going to give up, important pieces of their team so Anthony Davis could come there for like a year and, then be on his way to LA. Why bother? So the package went down. Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, which I don't think Josh Hart has that much trade value. The number 4, and I think 2 other first round picks plus a pick swap, the right to swap picks in one of the years. That's a good package, man. I think this trade is fair. To be honest, this is about the fairest trade that they could have gotten. I think, because I mean, talent wise, Lonzo, I think he'll be a player, but maybe Brandon Ingram, he's already a player. To be honest, the end of this past season was good, but I'm happy the Lakers got rid of him because he doesn't fit with what LeBron does. To be honest, he doesn't really fit with what LeBron does at all. um, yeah, Josh Hart. Like I said, I'm not too big on Josh Hart, man. He's too streaky of a shooter, and that's what he does. Like, I can't tell you how many times I was watching him. I know he was hurt last season or whatever, but I was watching him a lot, and he would irritate me because he'd miss a lot of open threes, and it's like, this is what you do. Come on, you could miss some shots, but not when they're wide open like that. Um, hmm? Mm-mm, no. All right, sorry for that. Where was I? Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart. Let's see. We won the deal. Rocket 88 says AD is a walking 28 and 12 on a bad day. And we kept Kuz. Yep. That's another thing I didn't even talk about. Zoe hurt a little because of his size and defense on point guards in the West. Well, yeah, I totally agree with that. The Kyle Kuzma thing, Kyle Kuzma this season was LeBron's best teammate. Now, I know Brandon Ingram had a monster end to the season. He really did. But it's just the fit wasn't there. Brandon Ingram and LeBron does not make sense together. Like, LeBron is one of those cats who, puts you in position to score. So when you get the ball, you kind of need to be looking to score, to either shoot the three or try to get to the basket or cut or something. You need to be trying to score the basketball. Brandon Ingram used to get the ball and then take a step back and then try to read the defense and then try to attack and make a play. I always thought that was weird. It's like, that's already been done. That's why you got the ball. Like, shoot, shoot or drive. Like, that's basically what it is. So Brandon Ingram never made sense. Lonzo Ball never really made sense with LeBron. I thought LeBron had to change his game to play with Lonzo Ball because I thought Lonzo Ball was a brilliant passer. This season we saw Lonzo Ball play off ball a lot, and to me, that's just about the most ridiculous way you could use Lonzo Ball. Like, the most ridiculous way you could use Lonzo Ball is off the ball, because he's not a great shooter at this point in his career. Even when he does become a great shooter, it's probably he'll probably be a good off the dribble type shooter. It looks like most of his shots come in rhythm. I don't know that he'll ever be a good catch and shoot type guy. So Lonzo Ball made no sense next to LeBron. Like, LeBron's game would have to completely change to play with Lonzo Ball. So those guys don't fit anyway. Josh Hart fit, but he wasn't that great of a shooter, to be honest. And then I was told that Josh Hart was supposed to be, potential lockdown defender of guards, and he wasn't that either. So to me, Josh Hart ain't that big of a loss. So basically, you have two very talented players who don't fit with LeBron, and then you got a lesser talented player who actually does fit with LeBron. Shout out, what's up, Herkins Pina? What's the deal? Is a trade is a good trade for both teams. Sorry about that. Yeah, I absolutely think that. We haven't even talked about the Pelicans yet. The Pelicans are amassing a lot of talent because they got a point guard of the future. And there's another thing about the Pelicans. They get Lonzo Ball. If they don't like him, they could package him up, send him to the Bulls. The Bulls, want to get their hands on Lonzo Ball. I thought Phoenix too, but it looks like Phoenix may get D'Angelo Russell. Looks like Kyrie. That's another thing. When this news dropped, I was actually working on another video. That video is probably going to drop later tonight or probably tomorrow morning or something like that. That video is about D'Angelo Russell and where he's going to go after this season, because it looks like Kyrie will end up in Brooklyn. That's going to push D'Angelo out the door, and he's going to have a lot of suitors for him. So be looking out for that. Oh yeah, and if you're new to the chat, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But I think it's mostly my guys, my hype beast that's gonna be popping up in this chat. But they're gonna have the first pick, so they're gonna have Zion Williamson. We all know they're gonna pick him. They have the option. They could either draft somebody with their fourth pick. They could package that up with Drew Holiday and get some more young depth. to get some more assets or whatever. They could do a lot. The Pelicans are in a nice position right now. Or they could just keep everybody. They could sit there, use the first pick, use the fourth pick, um, and just have a young team full of studs because Lonzo Ball and these guys learned a lot with their years in the NBA so far. Playing with LeBron teaches you. And plus, Brandon Ingram's kind of been around, so this is his team now. This is basically his team. So you're gonna have Alonzo, Drew Holiday if you keep him. You could also trade Drew Holiday and get another young player, get somebody good because Drew Holiday is a good player. Package these out. You can package these things up and get like more talent. You're gonna have Brandon Ingram playing in his natural position and playing, leadership role on that team. They still have Julius Randle. We don't even know if Julius Randle is going to resign or if he's going to try to leave because he's a free agent as well. They have a whole lot of talent, man. They have a whole lot of talent. They could do a lot this offseason. Anthony Davis didn't want to be there anyway. It's better for all parties that he's out of there. I mean, the Pelicans, everybody was talking about they're going to get fleeced or whatever, but they really, really they came out good in this trade. Everybody came out good. I mean, I can't really see a loser in this trade. Lakers won, Pelicans won as well. I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen, man. I'm like really, really curious to see how they're gonna fit together. Because one thing I saw somebody saying, oh, LeBron doesn't play well with big men. Look at Kevin Love, look at Chris Bosh. First of all, they won championships, especially Chris Bosh more than anything. Chris Bosh won 2 championships with LeBron. Chris Bosh is not really that similar to Anthony Davis, but I will say one thing. Chris Bosh was like a defensive genius when it comes to guarding pick and rolls or whatever. And that being said, I think Anthony Davis is better at such a thing. Plus, as a defender in general, Anthony Davis is better. Plus, as an offensive player, Anthony Davis is better. You know what I mean? I really don't see LeBron like diminishing Anthony Davis at all. Plus, at this point in LeBron's career, I do think he will probably look to push Anthony Davis in front of himself. Maybe when we get to the finals, maybe we'll see LeBron, kind of take over LeBron, trying to, make sure they win them because he's chasing them rings for real now. But during the regular season, I think this upcoming season, while they're figuring everything out, I could see LeBron having an MVP type season. After that, man, I think he's gonna be pushing LeBron to the forefront, to pushing Anthony Davis to the forefront. Hurricane Pina again. Kyrie should rethink signing with the Nets now. That's what I think. I always thought, because I really believed that this Anthony Davis thing was gonna happen. I really always thought that he should give the Lakers more of a chance than the Nets, to be honest. And I don't really agree. In my personal opinion, I don't really agree that much with the Nets chasing after Kyrie. If they get Kyrie and then they get Kevin Durant in a year, okay, I could see it. I could see it then. Pursuing Kyrie, though, you've insulted your point guard. You have an all-star point guard who's already there. You've insulted your point guard. Now he's going to look for greener pastures because there's somebody that you would rather have, right? So now you're looking at Russell having to leave and go to a different team. If you don't get Kyrie, it's going to look silly. If you do get Kyrie, Kyrie's not perfect, man. Like if you get Kyrie and you don't end up getting Kevin Durant, if Kevin Durant starts to feel that his career could go at any moment and doesn't want to take the risk and rather just stay with the sure thing and with the Warriors, which could happen. And they just have Kyrie. I don't really see, they're a good team, but I don't really see them being that much better than they were with D'Angelo Russell if they just add Kyrie. Now, they add Kyrie and maybe Tobias Harris or something like that, then okay, it's a different story. But I like them with D'Angelo Russell personally. I like what they bring to the table with D'Angelo Russell. But I mean, we'll see. Ultimately, we'll see. But if Kyrie came to the Lakers, that'd be a good story. I would love to see it. I think they'll get Kemba Walker though. I think Kemba Walker is basically an approximation of Kyrie, and that's probably who they're going to go after. Uh, it's similar. They're similar players. It's just Kemba Walker is a little bit smaller than Kyrie is, but they're very similar. But yeah, that's going to be interesting, man. I can't wait to see it though. To be honest, my whole thing is I just cannot wait to see it actually happen because I can't even imagine how it's gonna look in a real NBA game, not in an All-Star game, a real NBA game. Is this LeBron gonna handle more? Are they gonna get a true point guard in there and they're both gonna be on the wing? I just don't know. I just don't know. Are they gonna, give Davis, post ups and stuff, or are they gonna have him kind of floating the perimeter like Joel Embiid does? I just do not know what to expect from this, but it's stuff like this. I actually thought it would drop during the game, the finals, but luckily they waited for because that would have upstaged the Raptors, and we didn't want that. So I'm glad it didn't actually drop in the finals. So it dropped like 2 days after the NBA finals conclude. That now we just watched the Warriors finally be destroyed. Finally, somebody slayed that Warriors dragon, and now we got another worse dragon, Balerion or whatever from Game of Thrones. Now we got a worse dragon to deal with, potentially, because we still got to see how this team is gonna fare. I've been hearing a lot about Jimmy Butler being the third guy. I don't particularly want that. First of all, I don't think Jimmy Butler's leaving Philly. I think they're gonna let Tobias Harris walk in Philly. To be honest, I think Jimmy Butler is too important for them. So if they had to choose between him and Tobias, they're going to choose Jimmy, and Tobias Harris is going to go about his business. That's my personal opinion. So I don't think they're going to throw the farm at Jimmy as they should. He's a leader. He's their closer. He's a lot to that team, and they need him. So he's going to be there, in my opinion. Jimmy Butler is definitely going to be there in Philadelphia. So he's out for the Lakers, in my opinion. Kemba Walker. Now, I didn't get that. I really didn't get that this week when Kemba Walker was like, "Oh, I'll sign for less than the max. I'll give them a hometown discount, whatever nonsense he was talking about for Charlotte." Why, Kemba? Why? Why do you want to give Charlotte a discount? It doesn't make any sense. First of all, you made who did he make the All NBA third team over? Was it? I think him and Bradley Beal made it. What's up, Jalen 12? Still think Kyrie's going to the Nets. I still actually think that. I think that's already in the works. I don't think that's gonna change. I'd like to see him go to the Lakers, but I think he got business with the Nets. I think they promised him the world and he's trying to go take it. But if I see him with the Lakers, I will be happy about it. But back to Kemba, man. Saying that he'll take a hometown discount. Why, Kemba? Why would you take a hometown discount? It makes no sense. You made the All NBA third team, so congratulations, kudos to you, Kemba. You made the All NBA third team. You qualify for a super max contract. Take the whole contract. If you're going to sign with Charlotte, isn't that the whole point of re-signing with a team like Charlotte? Charlotte, in the years that he's been in Charlotte, they have not done anything to put a team around him that he can contend with. Like, it's just him carrying or whatever. They didn't even make the playoffs this year. It's just him carrying. Why would you want to resign there? And then, okay, you want to resign there. You got a house, you got your kids in school or whatever. You want to stay there. Let's see. Do they have to offer him the max? Who you refer? Oh, shout out to the casual one, 83K. What's up, man? But who you talking about? You talking about Kemba? If you're talking about Kemba Walker, I don't think they technically have to offer him. Okay, I don't think they technically have to offer him the max. They will, though. I mean, it's not like they got free agents that they're like trying to pursue. Nobody's going to go to Charlotte, so they will offer him the max. I don't understand him saying that I think he was just saying that for good PR with his with his local fans or whatever. I think that's really what it was, because it didn't even make any sense. Why would you want to take a less than a super max when you qualify for the super max? People like Klay Thompson, was hot that he didn't qualify. He didn't make at least the All NBA third team or whatever, so he ended up being jilted. I want to say Bradley Beal too, but I think Bradley Beal made the third team. But yeah, that didn't make any sense to me. He's talking about he wanted to he would take a discount. No, you don't take a discount. And I don't even think he should resign there. If it was me, I wouldn't resign in Charlotte. For what, man? NBA players only get a certain amount of time. Why would you you know just settle for being on a bad team? Especially that's another stupid thing about what Kemba said. Especially Charlotte. He was on the trading block this season. He was on the trading block last season. They were trying to trade him. He was in all kinds of trade rumors. He was on the trading block. Obviously, he wasn't the franchise player of their future or whatever. They were trying to ship him out so they could restart, so they could start over. So what are you sitting there talking about? You would resign, first of all, makes no sense. And then after saying you would resign in less than a supermax that you earned. That didn't even make any sense, man. That Kemba Walker stuff, that irritated me. Anyway, I think that was just lip service, though, personally. I think this summer when LeBron and whoever the Lakers send or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Who would they bring in? There's not even nobody they can bring in that would help the situation. There's literally nobody. But when LeBron or whoever they're gonna send out to Charlotte or wherever he lives, for all we know, he probably lives in LA. When they go knocking on his door and give him an offer that he can't refuse, I strongly doubt he's gonna be talking about Charlotte. They talk about, hey, we'll give you a max or close to max contract to come play in LA, in beautiful Los Angeles or whatever, with all the celebrities, all the opportunities or whatever. He is not going to turn that down. If Kyrie really is dedicated to signing with the Nets or whatever, Kemba Walker is probably going to be that third guy for the Lakers. And they're going to do it LeBron style and just fill the rest of the roster with minimum players. That's gonna be crazy. It's crazy, man. This guy, LeBron James, this guy, somehow he keeps rewriting the same thing. So first he was in Cleveland, they didn't help him. What's up? Could the Raptors fit Bill? Oh my gosh. I think with shooting guard, the Raptors could repeat. Oh my gosh. I don't think so. They would have to trade a lot of pieces, man. They would legit have to get rid of, because Bradley Beal makes a lot of money. I remember I kept looking at Brad. I think he makes 28 million this season or something like that, or next season. I remember I kept looking up his salary because I kept trying to figure out a way that the Lakers could make a trade for Bradley Beal, just because I wanted him on the team, because he wasted the season. So I was like, why not trade for him, put him with LeBron, see if they can make a deep playoff run. Man, Beal and Kawhi Leonard would be something serious, man. And especially with Pascal Siakam. Maybe if they traded like Kyle Lowry, which would be weird though, because I think Kyle Lowry is a free agent. Yeah, I think Kyle Lowry is a free agent, so they probably could fit. Because I think Kyle Lowry makes something somewhere around what Bill makes. They probably could fit him. Oh, that would be tough though. Kyle Lowry is kind of the Toronto guy, so to trade him, that would be rough. That would be rough, but I would love that pairing. I would love the pairing, because I think they'll keep Kawhi. Now, if Kawhi walks, then I'm sure going after Bradley Beal is something that they're going to try to do. That's if Kawhi walks. I can't imagine why he would, unless he really wants to live in LA that bad. I can't imagine, because people keep saying the Clippers are a similar team to what the Raptors were before he went there. And that's the one I don't really agree with. I don't see the Clippers as a similar team. I think the way they're constructed, because they don't have like a main star and they have a lot of decent role players. But if you look at the role players versus the role players that the Raptors have, the role players the Clippers have are just worse. They're just not that talented. Man, do I think Kawhi Leonard walks? Oh my gosh. I hope he doesn't, man. Part of me hopes that he finds his home in Toronto. He got a whole country behind his back. Kawhi Leonard is a different type of guy. He's not pushing a Nike contract. They could sell a lot of New Balance in Canada. That's all I'm saying. If Kawhi Leonard's wearing New Balance, if you go visit Toronto or you go visit Vancouver or something like that, you're gonna see a lot of people with New Balance and shirts with the big hand on it. That's how. That's all I'm saying. Sorry about that. Yeah, but I think they could sell a lot of New Balance in Toronto. I think Kawhi Leonard could be a Canadian hero if he stayed there, basically. And he's a guy. He's not like I don't think he's a guy like most other NBA players. So I think he could totally make his home there and be happy. So we'll see. Money man. Exactly. He just became an all-time great. He's probably not gonna have to pay for dinner the rest of his life in Canada. He probably won't even have to pay for his mortgage or whatever. He's a national hero, basically, in Canada. So yeah. Sorry for all the coughing, man. I've been under the weather. But yeah, man, back at it. So anyway, back to Kemba Walker. I do think he'll be that third piece. I'd like to see. I really have to do my research on his defense, man, because that's the thing I think that's what's really going to be missed in this trade. The Lakers lost a lot of defense. Brandon Ingram, very long, 7'3" wingspan, about 6'9", almost 6'10". He was a pretty good defender, and he was a pretty tough defender, man. He was a try hard on defense, and I can appreciate that. Then you got Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball, very, very good defender, especially of point guards. That's the important thing, of point guards. Money Matt, Kyrie and LeBron, I miss that combo. I miss it too. I just don't want to get my hopes up for that one. I just want to get my hopes up for this Kyrie LeBron thing, man. When Kyrie first let go of his agent, I thought the next tweet was gonna be, "Oh, Kyrie is signing with Clutch." I absolutely thought that was gonna be the next thing. As soon as I saw Rock Nation, I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." So it's a different direction. I thought he was about to come to the Lake Show. I honestly thought so. But if he doesn't, it's fine. I think Kemba Walker will be about the same thing, and it's kind of a fresh start. Who knows? Kemba Walker might be even better fit next to because I think Kemba Walker, even though they're similar players, I don't think Kemba Walker has to dribble as much as Kyrie does. It seemed like for Kyrie to be able to get a rhythm to shoot, he got to take a couple of dribbles. He got to, shake a little bit, shake somebody a little bit or whatever. Kemba Walker, I don't think he got to do that. If he got to catch and shoot, he'll catch and shoot. Kemba Walker got it however you need it. So I just think that was a little bit more likely, but we'll see. We'll ultimately see how this goes. But yeah, AD, man, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin with that. See, Kyrie and Braun was like a two-man power trip into 2016. They absolutely were. And then imagine a lot of times in the playoffs, we used to watch the LeBron, and when Kyrie was healthy, the LeBron and Kyrie show. But what used to happen to Kevin Love? It seemed like in the playoffs over and over again, unless they were playing the Raptors, it seemed like he was a non-factor. Now you got a guy who is not going to ever be a non-factor. You know what I mean? So they're going to have to balance the power. They would also need somebody. I feel like that the point guard that they do get or the next player that they do get will have to take a backseat to both of them. I think AD is probably going to be the first, either AD or LeBron, but I think LeBron's going to push AD to that first option. And then, because he's younger and he's going to be the one that needs to carry them. Yeah, Kevin Love is definitely super quiet now. But Kevin Love, he's almost over. He's going to have to. I always thought he should try to force a trade to Portland, but He didn't even allow himself to become a free agent. He could have been a free agent this year too, I think. He signed extension last summer, if I'm not mistaken. He could have been a free agent. He didn't even want to become a free agent. I don't know why you would want to at this stage of your career. I don't know why you would want to be a Cleveland lifer. Everybody else left. They got a young team, that they're trying to build up. Do you see Toronto in the finals, assuming Kawhi stays? I think they have a good chance, man. I think it's. I think the Eastern Conference is hard. That's what I think. There's been talk for years about how the Eastern Conference and the Eastern Conference sucks and all this stuff. I think the Eastern Conference is by far the harder conference this year. To get to the finals in the East, you gotta beat Kawhi Leonard. You gotta go through Kawhi Leonard and the champions, right? You look to your left, you still got Giannis, who will come back next year better than this year. And he's the MVP this year. He's gonna be better next year because he got exposed when the chips were at their highest. He ended up getting exposed or whatever. Every weakness of his game was like on display for everybody to see. He's going to be better. So you got to deal with that Toronto team. Chris Middleton will resign. He's not leaving Milwaukee. Eric Bledsoe is already locked in. Malcolm Brogdon, I believe, can be a restricted free agent, but they're going to re-sign him. They're not losing anybody. They're bringing back the same team. Maybe they could lose some of their bench players or whatever and try to get a couple more helpers out there, but the Bucks will be there. Yeah, I respect him for going through those teams. He barely made it through the Sixers. The Sixers got to be sick when they saw them win the championship and they saw Kevin Durant get hurt and they saw Clay get hurt. The Sixers got to be sick because they were right there. They were the team that got the closest to beating Toronto in this postseason. The Sixers have to be sick. And speaking of the Sixers, they are that other team because they're just going to get better. Ben Simmons, let's hope he's somewhere shooting 1 million jump shots right now. Let's hope. But he's going to be better. Joel Embiid is going to be better. They're going to have to figure out something about Joel Embiid's health. I do feel like he hits the floor a lot. I feel like unnecessarily. Now, I know he's good at falling, so he's probably feel more comfortable falling on the ground to keep pressure off of his ligaments and stuff, but it makes me uncomfortable. But they're going to have to figure out how to protect him, how to maximize his health. They still got Jimmy Butler. I think they're going to re-sign Jimmy Butler. If they don't re-sign Jimmy Butler, it's going to push them back. But I think the Sixers are still going to be there. I don't want to give away my video. I was going to say more. I was going to say the Celtics, even though Kyrie's leaving. I feel like the Celtics are going to get somebody, a special player, and they're going to be better than they were this year. And it's not going to be like a huge name player. But I don't want to give away my video that I might drop today or maybe tomorrow. Who do I see as the MVP next year? My top 2 for MVP. LeBron winning the MVP next year, man. LeBron James is winning the MVP next year. People forget before the injury, LeBron James was a top 5 MVP candidate this year. Next year with AD, once they revamp that roster, they going for it. LeBron James is going to be the MVP. The only way he's not going to be the MVP next year is if he don't play like enough games. Because I know they're going to sit him, especially seeing what happened to KD this year because he played too much basketball. And hold on. All right, fellas. Sorry about that. Had to make sure everything was okay. Everything good. But yeah, I see LeBron getting another MVP next year. Manager is in LeBron James pipeline. So you said top 2 though. So I think I could see Kawhi coming in second next year. I could see Steph Curry load management. I can see that too. Load management. I think he's gonna sit out some games. But okay, so that's gonna lead to another conversation. We saw what happened to Clay this year, and we saw what happened to Kevin Durant this year. How much basketball? This is what I think is gonna happen. I think they're gonna keep being stubborn with these rules, with this 82 game nonsense, right? They're gonna do that till LeBron retires or late in his career. They're gonna switch it to like 60 games, maybe 70 games a season. Every record that LeBron James set will never be broken after they take the games down, because it's gonna take 25 years to play the games to be able to break them records. So I think eventually the game's gonna come down. 82 games is a lot. It's kind of excessive if you ask me. 82 games. I know they got to make the money, and I know all that stuff. But 82 games is a lot of basketball, especially for these big 7 foot tall athletes who be jumping up out the gym and all that stuff. I think that's insane. 82 games way too much, especially plus the playoffs. It's like 100 games per season. Um, I just don't see that being something that's gonna last. There's something got to give with that. So yeah, but I think LeBron probably win the MVP. I think Kawhi is gonna end up. I think Kawhi Leonard is gonna be a factor in the MVP voting next year. I would say Curry, but I don't think Golden State is gonna win the games. I think it could be the Curry show. He could average 35 points per game next season, but they're gonna be, if they even in position to make the playoffs, they're gonna be a bad team. Um, but maybe not, because they'll still have Boogie. But I don't know. What y'all think, man? To me, watching Boogie with the Warriors kind of showed me that he's not as good as I thought he was. To be honest, like defensively, if how can you be an all-star player when you getting picked on defensively by every team? Like literally, the Phoenix Suns could come into the building and be like, "All right, we're gonna exploit Boogie in the pick and roll." Like, how does that make sense? How are you an all-star and you're the target for every team? Now I understand it's the Warriors and you got to try to get whatever advantage you can get, but to me, it's kind of weird. So, and then in the finals, he hit some big shots, but he was kind of, I don't know. Boogie, I'm not a believer in Boogie like I used to. Watching him in Sacramento, whatever, I thought he was like so good. Then when you watch somebody like Jokic, who's about the same size and same speed or whatever, how much more effective Jokic is than Boogie. Even when Boogie had his own team, and he used to hit threes or whatever, he was inefficient. You know what I mean? Watching Jokic is completely different, and they both about the same size. Let's see. Just don't like when players sit at visiting games. I think he has a fully recovered from that Achilles mentally. I could see that. That's one thing I could see, because Boogie looks like he was always um, like trying to protect the injury, and he got hurt again with that whole quad injury too. So it could be that too. But watching him with the Warriors really did not impress me this season at all. He had that one game versus the Rockets where I was impressed, but everything else was just like he was the weak link on the court. Literally in the finals, Kevon Looney, when he was hurt, people were like crying over Kevon Looney. It's like, gosh, can we get Kevon Looney back and get this Boogie character out of here? I believe it, man. That Achilles is tough. That Achilles is tough, man. People were talking about Kevin Durant. They didn't believe Kevin Durant was going to be able to come back and be the player he was. I don't even like Kevin Durant, right? Um, Ever since he went to the Warriors, but even before, I liked him as a player per se, but I never liked to watch him, just because like when he used to play with Russell Westbrook, them Oklahoma City games, I used to think that was so boring, man. Like it ain't like watching LeBron or watching somebody. It's like watching a 7 footer, like, back to the basket. And I don't know. I don't know. But I've never been a huge fan of watching Kevin Durant, even though I know he's really good, but his game just isn't that aesthetically pleasing to me. So, you know, the KD injury thing is interesting, man. I can't say that I can't say that they lied to him, because he is a multi-million dollar star basketball player. I don't see how could you listen to the war if they were pushing him to come back. I think what happened, he had a partial tear in his Achilles when they were saying there was a calf injury or whatever. I think it was a partial tear. I think he knew he was going to have to get surgery anyway. He was like, I might as well play on it. But I think that's crazy because why would you sit there? Even I don't know if we got any Achilles experts. If you have a partial tear in your Achilles, is it the same surgery as if you completely rupture your Achilles? I wouldn't think it's the same surgery that you have to get. If it's the same surgery, I could see him being like, "Well, I'm gonna have to get Achilles surgery anyway, so I might as well go try to see if I could play on it for one game, see if we could bring it back home." I think that's crazy though, because he ruptured his Achilles. He'll be out next season. Yeah, the MRI definitely shows you what the deal is. And they were actually talking about if he plays, it'll just be sore, like it can't get worse. I thought that was ridiculous. But he a grown man. They can't lie to him. He's Kevin Durant. He got his own doctors. He got his own people. I don't see how they could really lie to him, unless he let them. He wanted to believe the story. But I hope he's the same player. Honestly, I hope he comes back and he's strong. But at the worst, this is my thing with that though. People talk about, oh, he's not going to be the same. He's not going to be able to change direction like he used to and all this stuff. That may be true, and I wouldn't be surprised, right? But at the worst, after he comes back from that Achilles injury, he'll be Dirk Nowitzki because he's still 7 feet tall. He still can shoot from anywhere, and he's still good. You know what I mean? He's still a smart basketball player. Even if he can't move as fluid as he at the worst, he'll be Dirk Nowitzki. So he'll still score a lot of points and still have success. We just won't see him doing crossovers and stuff like how he does now. And then defensively, I think he'll probably be compromised if anything, because he had turned himself into a pretty good like help defender or whatever, rim protector type, fake center or whatever for small lineups. So he'll lose some of that. I don't think he'll be able to do that anymore. But I hope he comes back. I hope he comes back strong though, because Achilles, that's rough. Anyway, guys, man, like I said, shout out to my guys, all my hype beasts that jumped into chat. I appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, I wasn't gonna. Yep. Also, Dominique Wilkins did come back from that same Achilles injury. Let's see. But yeah, once again, I got to shout out my guys, man. Money Matt, shout out to you. The Casual 183K, shout out to you, man, for requesting a video. Also, Tim Johnson and M1000, man. Appreciate y'all. You guys inspired me to jump on this chat for it looks like 43 minutes, almost 45 minutes, and talk about and do what I love to do, which is talk about basketball and run this channel, man. Also, be on the lookout because we're getting close to 1,000 subs, man. Be on the lookout. I want to do like a Q&A or something like that, but you guys have to supply questions and stuff. But anyway, I'll do that on a different video where you guys could do all that. But yeah, appreciate you guys for supporting the stream, for supporting the chat, all that stuff. And yeah, keep up with good work, bro. Appreciate you, Casual 183. All right, I'm gonna sign out, man. See y'all boys next time.